Hello everyone, Dan Kibbe, Jeet, Physiology and More. Doing some more fingertip push-ups, even though my body's totally wiped right now. Okay, but we gotta push ourselves, push ourselves, push ourselves. Okay, this is this is fingertip push-up progression day 2. Okay, so I have a little training session here. I actually thought of this idea this morning. I'm actually very good. I have I guess I should say, a knack or a talent for creating training sessions, what people call workouts. I don't use the word workout because that puts an emotional attachment to it. Some people think that's a good thing. Honestly, I really don't think it is a good thing, because when you put emotional attachment to something, you rely on that, you depend on it, and things like that. You know, obviously, I'm not going to compare necessarily like training, workouts, whatever you want to call it, with like relationships. But I mean, if you really think about it, an emotional attachment, even if you get too dependent on one person, that is not good for your honestly, your spirit. That's not good for your emotional excuse me, that's not good for you emotional part of you. That's also not very good for your mentality. Now, I'm not saying don't go and bond with your significant other. That's not what I'm saying at all. But don't get too emotionally attached to where you need them, totally need them in your life. You want them, yes. The reason being is because you never know what could happen. You know, that person might stop loving you. That person might find someone else that they care for more. That person might just get fed up with you. You might get fed up with them. And then what happens? That emotional attachment, you are going to be very, very broken without them. So don't get emotionally attached, especially even if you are going to get emotionally attached in a relationship. Don't get emotionally attached to your training. Please don't, because I did that back in the day, and that's part of what led to me making bad choices and losing my family. Not saying that I chose completely my training over everything else, but I could have made better decisions with it, okay? And I learned the hard way. I don't want all of you to have to learn the hard way too. Okay, so enough about that. So as far as the training sessions, I have a natural talent for creating some type of training session or sessions just with the spur of the moment. Like this morning, I was like, okay, I want to develop some type of progression, and then boom, hey, I thought about it. So here's what I did. And it actually can be, depending on how you structure it and depending on how many repetitions of the push-ups that you do, could be either a beginner, intermediate, or advanced level, okay? So what I want you to do is pick a number. Just pick a number, okay? But before you pick a number, here's what I want you to do. Drop down, use all your 4 fingers and your thumb, drop down and do as many fingertip push-ups as you possibly can. Okay, keep that number in your head. Whatever that number is, what I want you to do is to divide that in half. Okay, and when you divide that in half, that's how many repetitions of each type of push-up variation I want you to do. So for instance, if you could do, we'll make it simple, okay? If you could do 10, okay, that means 5. That means each repetition, or each set, you're going to do 5 repetitions. Okay, so the first one you do all 4 fingers and the thumb. So I'm just going to say how many, because honestly, you know, you're always going to include the thumb, okay? So first one is going to be your 4 fingers, all right? So do 5 of those, boom. I want you to take 3 deep breaths in between. Then I want you to switch to your 2 fingers. Boom. Do 5 more. 3 deep breaths again. Then I want you to do your 1 finger. Boom. 5 more. Then I want you to take a 1 full minute rest and do it again. And do it. Now, if you feel it, you're doing 5 and you can pump out more, okay, great. You're going to have to find your own level where you're at. So let's say, for instance, you do 12 your first set on all 3 of them. Great. But then you get in your second set and you can barely pump out like 2 or 3. Then what I would do, I would still do a third set, but just do 1 and 1 and 1, and then do the training session again in a couple days, not tomorrow. You want to get some rest, especially if you're just first getting into this. But I want you to give yourself a couple days, and the day after tomorrow, I want you to do it again, but I want you to stick with 5, okay? Because yeah, you might be able to bust out those 5 the first set easy, but by the time you get to the second set, the lactic acid is going to build up, the fatigue's going to set in, and then you're really, really going to feel it. It's honestly, either way, yeah, you're going to push yourself, but this way you're going to be able to get more repetitions, which is going to build more confidence, which is actually going to increase muscular endurance to be able to do it for a longer period of time, to where you can get closer and closer to a higher success in the fingertip challenge once I do it. So I'm not going to be posting or making the video on this fingertip challenge until all these progressive training sessions are completed. I actually have an idea to create different kinds, different sets, and different ways. So I'm going to go over it again real quick one more time. Okay. Do as many fingertip push-ups, all 4 fingers, as you possibly can, okay? And then break that number in half. Use that first set. So like I said, if you say you do 10, you can do 10, just boom, 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 okay? So then I want you to break it down, do 5. So do 5, boom, 3 deep breaths, 5 this way. 3 deep breaths, 5 this way, okay? Take a 1 full minute rest, do another set. Work up to doing 3 sets. And that's what I want you to do. That's the lesson today. So let's get out there, stay motivated, believe in yourself, believe you can do it, and believe that you deserve it. Let's get out there. Let's go. Smash, punch, kick that like button. Just don't break it. Let's get out there and do something. Let's go.